just in case you're unfamiliar with Cougars, in 67, 68, and 70, they all had what looked like a big tooth right here. And Mercury, 55 years ago, they knew that nobody in 2025 would want to hear the words Cougar, 69, and teeth all in the same sentence. Good job, Mercury. Good job.
What would you say you do here?
I've rigged it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I see my battery's on 3%, so we're going to start this over. Once again, welcome back to the channel, where we're going to start today with we're going to start with our losses. And if we start with our losses, we can pretty much only go up from there. So, if you don't know, we are wiring up the car. We got the sequential taillights in. We have wires running to them. So, we're only working under the steering column. The entire steering column is wiped out. I've been under there, plugging away. Can't get anything to work. So, we are going to be building a directional switch and getting all this wired. So, I will show you what I started with. I did build this switch off camera. If you look at it, it's two momentary toggles. And here's how it was supposed to work. Turn signal goes in, bang, up, down. As you can see, yep, working fine. However, I think I got my angles wrong. It's not working at all. And honestly, the only reason I did it like this is because I had these little, I guess they're butt welders. When you're seaming two pieces of metal together. Saw it laying around, I thought, hey, that looks simple. We have the brake switch, as you can see. This is a pull style. So we just simply pull it, and boom, light goes on. But first thing we're going to do is we are going to be converting these lights into LEDs. Now this is how they're supposed to look, much to my surprise. I pulled the fronts off. I thought they were nice tinted lenses. Nope, they're just flat metal. So that's a loss also, but I have a plan for that. So let me show you how we're going to do these lights, because we cannot get this plastic off. So we're going to go in from the back side and see if we can get this to work. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to use a razor blade and cut these out a little bit. And get it just so that the light can just barely fit in. You want to keep it nice and tight. You can finagle it around. Alright, now we got the light in. Then we're going to take our grommet that holds it in place. We're going to slide that down. And now we have to get this into position. Just jamming around will eventually settle in where it needs to. And then, well, that went down a little too far. You know what? Let me get some tweezers and pull this out. Alright, so basically I pulled it out, reset it, pulled the wire through, and now we're good. So we have both of our rear tail lights done. So we can actually mount these and then get these wired up also, which I'm not going to do that on camera. So let's work on these lights. I think what I'm going to do is pretty much drop a piece of tape here, draw an X, find the center, drill it out, and just put the LED straight into this. I'm not sure if this is metal or plastic. I do like the flush look of this. I will probably go back. I do have tinted acrylic, and put a piece of tinted acrylic and somehow mount the light behind it. But in the meantime, just to get us going, let me drill these out. Here's how this came out, and I'm not gonna lie, I kinda hate it. So I went downstairs, grabbed some acrylic, and that is what I'm gonna be rolling with right there. So what I did, as you can see, I used acrylic glue, glued some pieces together, hot glued the light onto here. I did glue it, but the glue wasn't drying fast enough, so hot glue will hold it in place.
It's Miller time.
And this is at least nice and flush. You're going to be looking down at it at an angle. And yeah, I think that's going to work. So, shut up, dog.
Fuck you, dog.
Now I'm going to take this light apart and replicate that. So, let's get this started. So, in an effort to stay out of the garage and stay warm inside the house, I have decided I'm going to be converting the front turn signals into LEDs. So, took them off, which really sucked, and I'm going to go through, pull this bulb, and figure out how to get this out of here, and see what size hole we need to put the LEDs in. I'm not going to lie, I have this really weird fear of pressing down on these bulbs and having it break and destroy my hands. So I'm going to go through with the needle nose. Oh, it did. Yep. That's exactly what I feared would happen to my hand. All right, so we got it out. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave this in the vise and try to wiggle it out. Let me get rid of the glass first. It's turning. Wow, that was easy. And that's a good looking size. I probably will barely have to drill that. But let's go find out. I'm not gonna lie, this sucks a little bit. Looks like antifreeze, so that's not bad. We'll figure this out, but not right now. All right, we got the stock hole, we got the grommet. Maybe I'll get lucky. Come on. I think that's going to work with zero modification. Done. One last thing before we go out into the garage, we're going to do a dry run here with the turn signals. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I bought 4 of these LED flasher units, and there's going to be one for each light. And the reason for that is because I need constant power going back to the sequential lights, and then I'll just jump off of that with this. So our dry run test, I have everything hooked up, and I think that'll work. Now these are fully adjustable. You can make them faster. I think these are as slow as they go. Hold on, let me try making them faster. Oh, wait, nope. That's as fast as they go. That is as slow as they go. So, yeah, these will work. Let's start doing some wiring. Alright, so for me, the hard part is pretty well done. I penetrated through the firewall, put a nice quick connect in, and I have my wiring ran. I have the driver's side done. And what I'm doing here, because these had no mounts on them, my flashers, I just took a little wire loom holder, little clamp, put it up. I'm going to throw this up here somewhere, probably, probably like right around there, and then it's just plug and play. So I'm not going to record this because this is boring, just me struggling trying to see. And then we're going to try these out. Here we go. So I have never claimed to be a wiring guy. It's one of the few things that I really hate. But what I did do was I went through and all of my butt connectors, I not only shrink wrapped them, but I also wire loomed any of the hot leads. I don't really care about the grounds, all the whites. But overall, I'm pretty happy, and I see no reason why this will not work. So I don't have the switch. I don't have that figured out yet, but in the meantime, let me just go connect power and see if this works. So here we are up front. We are done. We got the side markers going. We got the fronts going. Let's see how this will look in the dark. Oh yeah, that'll play. All right, let's go to the back. All right, I'm gonna call that a win. I ended up hooking up the reverse lights also. Probably gonna get red bulbs for this, but yeah, so they were pretty good. So now I gotta get this all wired to the column somehow. So here we are with take number 2. Now I built these little brackets, put them at angles. So hopefully when I mount these to the steering wheel, the turn signal will keep these compressed and the flashers will work. So just to quickly try these out, I'm going to slip these underneath the clamp that holds the tack lights on. Maybe put one self-tapper in and give it a shot. Let's see. So that is how our little contact switches worked out. And I did have to wrap a little tiny bit of tape around the arm, but not a big deal. The main thing is we have arrived at our destination. You can hear the clicking over here. You can even see down there. And turn that off. Go right. You can see everything is good. So yeah, I'm calling that a win. Next order of business, which is not worth recording, is me fumbling around under here to get this operating off its own power, but we'll take care of that tomorrow. Guys, we are back the next morning, and before we deal with this mess here, I mean, this is easy. This is just tying wires together and hiding them. I was up under the dash. I went to go start wiring this, and I found an old brake switch. So as you can see, I figured I'd test it out, and lo and behold, I tapped the brake, it actually works. So yeah, this is gonna be a good day. Now, the main disadvantage of working by yourself is you can only be in one place at one time. However, I can at least check, and yep, that'll work. Finally, we have arrived at our final destination. So we're going to go through and we're going to check, make sure everything's working. So first things first, if you go back a few videos, you can see my remote control lights. Like I said, these are just on a remote. This was a $50 conversion. So let's see if we have headlights, which I know we do. As you can see, good to go. Now I did switch something up in the back, and also in case you're wondering, I did order the actual correct piece that goes in the column, so I'm not going to keep the little switches I have in here. But you can see we have our turn signals. And let me set you up in the back. And we're going to go through everything. Go through the running lights, which are on right now. The brake lights, you'll see what I switched there with the turn signals. And then we'll do the turn signals, and we'll see everything all at once. So let's go. Okay, so hopefully everything worked, and if it did, I will not have to redo the end of this video. So I think that's going to do it. I do have a couple little odds and ends left to do on this car. I can't see it taking me more than an hour. And the next video, I just went and got me some gas, so I think it's time for a test drive. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like and share and comment and all that stuff that the successful YouTubers tell you to do. And we'll catch you on the next one.
What I just did gave me a fucking migraine.
In case you're wondering, by odds and ends, I mean replace the lower radiator belt that was leaking, and these seat belts, they actually hit the door panel, so I'm going to build a little 90-degree plate and move them over an inch. Then we can take it for a test drive.